What if I told you that right now, in thousands of quiet British gardens, there are plants growing that could land their owners behind bars for more than a decade? While you're out pruning your roses or checking your greenhouse, there's a list of ordinary-looking plants, over 20 of them, that British law says you simply cannot grow. Some are so dangerous they can eat through concrete. Others are illegal because they're used to make powerful drugs. Let's go through them one by one, starting with the most obvious, yet most misunderstood. Cannabis. Cannabis might look like a simple leafy herb, but under the Misuse of Drugs Act 1971, it's a Class B controlled substance. Growing it, even a single plant, is a criminal offense. It doesn't matter if it's for personal use, for medical experiments, or even for hemp fiber. Without a rare Home Office license, you're breaking the law. Police across Britain still take this seriously. Helicopters with heat-detecting cameras regularly spot illegal grows, and even a neighbour's complaint about a suspicious smell can trigger a raid. You might think a couple of plants in your conservatory won't hurt anyone, but in legal terms, that's cultivation of a controlled drug. Punishment can mean unlimited fines and up to 14 years in prison for commercial-scale growing. Japanese knotweed. This plant doesn't just break the law, it breaks buildings. Japanese knotweed is infamous in the UK for growing straight through brickwork, driveways, and even concrete foundations. It's not illegal to have it in your garden, but under the Wildlife and Countryside Act 1981, it's illegal to plant or allow it to spread in the wild. If this plant creeps into your neighbour's garden, they can sue you for thousands in property damage. Mortgage lenders often refuse loans on homes where knotweed is found. Getting rid of it isn't as easy as digging it up. The roots can regrow from fragments smaller than a fingernail. Proper removal can cost tens of thousands of pounds and must be handled as controlled waste under environmental law. Giant hogweed. Standing tall and beautiful along riverbanks, giant hogweed looks like something from a fairy tale until you touch it. Its sap contains chemicals that react with sunlight to cause severe skin burns and blisters that can last for years. It's illegal to plant or cause giant hogweed to grow in the wild, and if it spreads from your property, you could face prosecution. This plant grows up to 5 meters tall, with purple spotted stems and umbrella-sized flowers. If you find it on your land, contact specialists. Don't try to remove it yourself. Many people have ended up hospitalized from accidental exposure. Coca plant. It might look like a tropical ornamental, but Erythroxylum coca, the coca plant, is one of the most illegal species in Britain. Every part of it, seeds, leaves, stems, is banned under the Misuse of Drugs Act. Even owning a single seed is an offence. Some exotic plant collectors have tried growing it as a botanical curiosity, but there's zero legal tolerance for it. Possessing or cultivating a coca plant counts as preparing a Class A drug, with penalties to match. Shockingly, many foreign seed websites still ship coca seeds to UK addresses, without warning that germinating them could mean a serious criminal charge. Magic mushrooms. This one's strange. Psilocybin mushrooms grow naturally across British pastures every autumn, and you've probably walked past them without knowing. But here's the twist. The moment you deliberately grow them, even from legal spores, it becomes an offence. Under the Misuse of Drugs Act 1971, cultivating psilocybin mushrooms is the same as producing a Class A drug. Spores are legal because they don't contain the chemical. But once you use them to grow mushrooms, you've crossed the line. People have been prosecuted for even small personal use grows. And the maximum penalty? Life imprisonment, if cultivation suggests intent to supply. Himalayan balsam. It looks beautiful with its tall stems and pink flowers. But Himalayan balsam is one of the UK's most invasive plants. Each seed pod bursts open with explosive force, launching hundreds of seeds several meters away. It's illegal to plant or encourage it to grow in the wild under Schedule 9 of the Wildlife and Countryside Act. It spreads fast along rivers and wetlands, choking out native plants. You can grow it privately in your garden, but if even one seed escapes, you're legally responsible. Many volunteer groups now spend weekends pulling it up before it flowers, trying to slow its invasion. Water fern. Sold for years as a low-maintenance pond plant, Azolla folliculoides, or water fern, turned out to be a disaster. It spreads rapidly, forming thick mats across ponds and lakes, suffocating all life below by blocking sunlight and oxygen. It's now illegal to sell or plant it under the Wildlife and Countryside Act. Even a tiny fragment can regrow into a full infestation. Once established, it can kill fish and turn ponds into stagnant, lifeless sludge. Floating pennywort. With its round, lily-pad leaves, floating pennywort looks harmless. But it's one of the fastest-growing plants in Britain, up to 20 centimetres per day. It can double in size in less than a week and has caused flooding, blocked drainage systems, and destroyed ecosystems. The Environment Agency spends over £1 million every year trying to control it. If you find it in your pond, you're legally required to remove it and stop it from spreading. Parrot's feather and parachute plant. Once popular in aquariums and ponds, parrot's feather and parachute plant, Lagerosophon major, are both banned for sale or cultivation. They tolerate almost any condition, drought, floods, low light, and can regrow from the tiniest cuttings. Removing them often costs thousands because entire ponds need draining. If you have them, you must dispose of them through specialist waste contractors. Throwing them in a stream or canal, even accidentally, is an offense. American skunk cabbage, with its bright yellow flowers and huge green leaves, Leucicaton americanus looks tropical and harmless. But it's another banned species that quickly spreads in wetlands and bogs. You can keep it in a fully contained garden pond, but if it escapes to natural areas, it can devastate local ecosystems. Each plant releases thousands of seeds that travel by water, and it's now classified as a threat to native biodiversity. Rhododendron ponticum. You'll see it everywhere, purple, lush, and thriving in British woodlands. But Rhododendron ponticum is one of the most destructive invasive plants in Britain. It creates thick, impenetrable forests where nothing else can grow, and it's illegal to plant it in the wild. You can grow it ornamentally in your garden, but planting it in natural habitats can lead to fines and forced removal. In parts of Wales and Scotland, conservation groups spend millions trying to eradicate it. Cart, a glossy green shrub native to East Africa, contains a stimulant drug called cathinone. Since 2014, it's been a Class C controlled substance in the UK. Owning, growing, or even importing it, seeds included, is illegal. It's occasionally sold online as a tropical houseplant, but unsuspecting buyers could find themselves facing prosecution under drug laws. Salvia divinorum. Not all sages are the same. Salvia divinorum, a Mexican species containing salvinorin A, is banned under the Psychoactive Substances Act 2016. While other salvia plants are perfectly legal, this one isn't. Growing or selling it can be interpreted as production of a psychoactive substance. Always check the Latin name before buying exotic salvia varieties. One wrong order could break the law. Opium poppy. Surprisingly, you can legally grow Papaver somniferum, the opium poppy, in your flower beds. The catch? You can't extract or process anything from it. Cutting the pods or collecting opium latex is illegal under the Misuse of Drugs Act. In practice, most gardeners are safe if they grow them ornamentally. But if police believe you're cultivating them for drug extraction, you could face prosecution. Peyote cactus. This small round cactus looks innocent, but Lophophora williamsii contains mescaline, a powerful hallucinogen. Under UK law, it's treated as a Class A drug. Even one cactus in your collection can count as possession or cultivation of a controlled substance. Many collectors have unknowingly broken the law by buying peyote online, mislabeled as button cactus. Ayahuasca plants. Two plants, Banisteriopsis, Chawapi, and Psychotria viridis, are used to make the hallucinogenic brew ayahuasca, which contains DMT. While the plants themselves aren't directly banned, producing or preparing ayahuasca is illegal because DMT is a Class A drug. Some collectors keep them as botanical curiosities, but if there's evidence you're preparing or using them, that's a serious offense. From cannabis to Japanese knotweed, and from giant hogweed to magic mushrooms. These are the plants the UK government says you cannot grow or must strictly control. The laws are real, the fines are huge, and in some cases, the prison sentences are life-changing. So before you plant anything exotic in your garden or greenhouse, check the law first. It might look harmless, but some of these plants can ruin homes, destroy habitats, or ruin lives. If you want to stay on the right side of British law and still enjoy your garden safely, subscribe. Because we've got more upcoming videos on legal plants that can actually make you money.